Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. Today it's the 15th of February 2023. If I could ask please the usual opening request for a favour, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel. That'd be excellent if you would. Every subscriber helps. So please do click the button if you would. Righty ho, today we're going all the way back to the original New Wave of British Heavy Metal days in the early 1980s. And this is Tokyo Blade, and an excellent box set of their first three albums from the 80s, and a bonus CD of all sorts of obscure stuff and EPs and unreleased and whatnot as well, and an excellent booklet as well, all included in one of those excellent box sets that Cherry Red Records do so well. Nice thick cardboard clamshell, the CDs in replica cardboard sleeves and all that. They really do put the effort into Cherry Red with these box sets, and they've been quite prolific with them recently. But anyway, this one, as I say, is Tokyo Blade's first three albums. So we've got the self-titled album, Night of the Blade, and then we've also got the third album, Black Hearts and Jaded Spades, and I say a CD with a comprehensive booklet as well. Now, this box set was originally issued in 2017, though it's just recently had a repress, and it's top stuff as always with Cherry Red, and an excellent way to highlight and remember Tokyo Blade's emergence 40 years ago onto the new wave of British heavy metal scene. So the self-titled debut was out in 1983. Gotten plenty of interest, being, I suppose, what you call a traditional, in inverted commas, Nwabum style. Hard, fast, energetic, powerful. A little bit rough around the edges, perhaps, as you know, a band's trying to find its feet. And quite bizarrely and entertainingly, somehow they came up with a cover. The final track on that first album is a cover of the rather very old Laurel and Hardy. Remember them, Laurel and Hardy, comedy double act. So Laurel and Hardy, if you remember, did a song way back, Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, and somehow Tokyo Blade decided to cover it. Weird, but perhaps they really were on the trail of the Lonesome Pine. Listen to the song and you'll know what that means. Anyway, the debut album was well received, gave them some early momentum, and things were looking good. Looked even better with the follow-up, the classic album that is Night of the Blade in 1984. Proper new wave of British heavy metal era classic this one is, and it looked that it was going to set them on the road to big time. Superb album, huge riffs cutting and slashing away, monster solos, huge thumping rhythm section, and some really high energy vocals going on. And even today, almost 40 years later, still sounds fresh and excellent listen. On the back of that, the success of Night of the Blade, they went on some nice tours, high-profile stuff, support slots and headlining, lots of big festival appearances and whatnot, and surely that big break was in touching distance on the back of Night of the Blade. Not quite, though. The third album, 1985, Black Hearts and Jaded Spades, was such a move from that hard-edged, energetic Nwabum style stuff. Instead, it moved right away from that into a sort of a slick commercial approach, more keyboard-based melodic rock, I suppose you might call it. Perhaps it was a deliberate ploy at cracking America and all those, more radio-friendly, as the phrase was back then, stuff. But even so, it's not a bad listen, but to me, it's not proper Tokyo Blade. But the first two albums, you can't really go wrong with them. And that after that third album, Tokyo Blade kind of fizzled away back then. But ever since, sporadically, and guitarist Andy Bolton's still around, and he's kept things going, say, somewhat sporadically with various lineups, releasing stuff over the years. And indeed, as recently as last year, 2022, they released an album called Fury. Anyway, back to the box set. So we've covered the first three CDs rather, and the fourth is an interesting listen of various old sessions, EPs, and things like that, and it rounds things off very nicely. So overall here, we've got a fine box set, as I've said, that Cherry Red excel at doing. They really do. I mean, recently we've had Girls School, Heavy Metal Kids, and a few others. So this is another one of them. Really good stuff. Excellent retrospective of a new wave of British heavy metal era band who had plenty to offer back then, and the old stuff like we've got here still remains fresh and relevant today. I will, if you'd like to get a one for yourself, whether you're an old Nwabum fan like me or just like good stuff, I'll put a link to the box set on Amazon in the description box underneath the video, so you can go and check it out for yourselves. And as always, please subscribe to the channel before you go. And thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.